Four different stories, one common sustainable goal. ETwinning Project. 17. A magic number for a sustainable future. Four countries, four stories, one goal. Information about the sustainability. Dedicated to anyone who really cares for a sustainable future.
In Greece. Chapter 1. Summer 2023. August. Thessaloniki, North Greece. Heat wave for many days. Two good friends, students from the ninth grade, have been longing to visit the forest of the Dia, protected by WWF and Natura, because they had read about its uniqueness.
For a few weeks now, they have been begging their parents to let them make their visit and live this magical experience. Besides, they could only make this trip now, since it was summer, an ideal time for nature tours, and most importantly, they were on vacation.
This forest is located in the region of Evros in northeast Greece. Its flora is impressive, with huge oak, pine, and beech trees to cover the area. Its fauna is even more abundant, since it hosts many predatory birds and animals. Actually, the Dia is the only forest in Europe where you can observe 3 out of 4 different European types of vultures: Egyptian vulture, Gyps fulvus, Aegypus monachus. One day, their parents gave in and the two girlfriends started talking about their preparation. Maria,
The day we have been waiting for so long has finally come.
Georgia,
I'm so excited. I can't wait to explore the forest.
We need to start preparing our equipment this afternoon. But what should we get?
It is sure thing that we need to pack climbing shoes to hike easily. Also, it would be a great idea to wear comfortable clothes so that we can move freely, such as a pair of shorts and a t-shirt.
We should take some bottles of water, something to eat, and a hat, because the heat wave that has hit our country will continue, and of course, put on sunscreen.
Great! I'll take a compass with me and the GPS so we don't get lost.
Perfect. I believe with all this equipment, we will be fully prepared.
Let's go to sleep so we can be rested for tomorrow.
The next day, the two girls met up at the station to get a train destined for Evros. 4 hours later, they finally arrived.
once they joined the team with the rest of the visitors, the exploration started immediately. Walking in nature, Georgia tells Maria.
Would you like us to separate from the group for a while and go to the observatory to see the vultures? I finally want to observe the black vulture, the emblem of the forest, which we have read so much about it.
What a wonderful idea. Let's go. It is going to be a unique experience.
The two girls, arriving to the observatory, were enchanted by the breathtaking image of nature. Then Maria tells Georgia.
I will stay here for a while to observe the raptors. Look how they get close to the bird feeder.
All right then, while you observe, I'll go gather flowers to put in a vase when we get back to our house.
Georgia didn't go far before Maria noticed from the telescope that there was some smoke far away. Chapter 2. When they noticed that the forest was on flames, the rest panicked trying to find the rest of the group. They didn't even dare to look back. They just kept walking ahead, passing by dozens of tall trees which they knew they would soon turn to ashes.
We have to find the rest of the group to inform them about the fire.
Fortunately, very soon they were located in a place where the fire had not yet reached.
A blond guy, Eris, the group leader, guided us with safety to the center of the shelter. When he made sure that all of us were safe, he advised us to get away from the shelter, just in case. Quickly, book our return tickets to Thessaloniki, and I will inform our parents about this. On the way back, Inside the bus, still worried about this tragic event, we couldn't get the picture of the flame out of our minds. The events have evolved as fast as the lightning. We might not have been able to keep every detail, but we remembered the basics. It was a frightening view, a literal nightmare. The sky had taken an intense yellow tint which collided harmoniously with the dark color of smoke. Everything around us had turned into ashes without a single leaf to be left behind. The sound of sizzling and the smell of burning wood used to be associated with pleasant memories when someone was cooking on the grill, while now only images of fire and high temperatures will be brought in mind, where you can hardly stand upright while smoke makes vision and breathing difficult. To occupy our minds, we decided not to talk about it again and use our phones as a distraction. However, this did not help much, as the tragic fire that had broken out in the forest of Davia was the main topic of all the news. Unfortunately, there was no information on how the fire had started, only on its developments.
1 week later, the fire continues to burn uncontrollably in the woods despite the heroic efforts of the firefighters. The whole country, Greece, is trying to help by sending the essentials to the fire victims.
The same afternoon, we met in the neighborhood park and started discussing the incident that shocked all the Greek population.
How is it possible for a fire to burst so quickly? Do you think it was arson?
I can't imagine such a thing. Who could willfully destroy such magnificent natural beauty?
We cannot draw arbitrary conclusions before doing further research. Our information for now is incomplete. So, in order to gain access to more and reliable information, we went to Marius' house and decided to look for information online. A number of theories had been put forward as to the cause of the fire, but the theory of climate change prevailed.
What is climate change? How could it cause such tragedy?
Maria, look what it says here on the official website of the European Union. It says that climate change is the phenomenon created when human activity gradually affects the Earth's climate, adding huge amounts of greenhouse gases to those required naturally in the atmosphere. It also says that climate change is an urgent threat to our planet.
I just remembered that the temperature of the planet has been increased because of the climate change, a fact that will have long term serious effects, even irreversible consequences for our environment and society.
That sounds terrifying. After all those things that we have been learning in the environmental program of our school about the global goals for sustainable development, and mostly for the goal which is referred to the climate action, must be understood by everyone. Additionally, all have to take action in order to reduce greenhouse gas emissions and to use renewable energy sources. And first of all, we and our peers to our school, 4th Junior High School of Sikes. Maria, what does it say for the alive animals? What happened to them? Did they manage to live? Will they get a chance to come back next year to live in the forest at a time when the ecosystem of mainly black pine, but also of beech and oak, has been lost? Or the environment will seem so unfriendly and strange to them? Please, let's look out for that.
Chapter 3. The fire burns for the 15th day. The girls continue their searches and are constantly updated. This is the only thing that monopolizes their interest. In all of mass media, there are intensive questions asked about the different types of birds that have been found in Forest of the Dya, this meeting point of three continents, and about the 36 kinds of predators that are active during the day that resides there and nobody see how they adapt. Most of the news are disappointing.
Marie and Georgia, exhausted because of the constant search, mentally drained, waiting for some solution, drifted to sleep. Then something happened that none of them expected. In their dream, through a thick fog, a woman appears with divine form. On her head, she is wearing a wreath made of wheat and a dress with the colors of the forest. In their dream, unknown woman, she holds out her hands.
Girls, take my hands and come with me.
The two girls grab her arms and they trust her to lead them where she desires. Suddenly, their feet rise up to the ground and shocked, but also thrilled, start to fly. They float over all the forest from the mainland of Greece.
Girls, are you aware that the forests, in a global level, cover 30% of the Earth's surface, and that 1.5 billion people depend on them for their livelihood? Do you also know that the forests are refuge for more than 80% of all the land animals, plants, and insects, and that they hold the key for the fight against climate change and the protection of biodiversity?
Soon after, they arrived on top of the burning forest of Zadia, and tears started pouring out of their eyes from the sight of this unique destruction. 58% of the forest had been burned. Ashes, corpses of animals, appliques composed the scenery. The situation was tragic. Besides, the fire burns for the 16th day. At that moment, the unknown woman reveals her identity.
Girls, the time has come for me to tell you who I truly am. I am a goddess from the ancient Greek mythology, the goddess Demeter. As you may know, I am goddess of the cultivation of agriculture, but also of free vegetation, soil, and fertility.
Of course, we know your identity. We are taught about all the Olympian gods in school. But we didn't believe that you were real.
I know, but in order to find a solution, you need to actually believe in me.
We believe in you.
Help us prevent this destruction.
I will help you. Besides, that is the reason why I came to you. But you both have to promise me something. You will find a way to inform as many as possible about the protection of the environment. First of all, about the achievement for the climate action, as well as about the global goal for the life on land, so as to ensure the preservation of the mountain ecosystems of the planet until 2030.
It's a deal. You are our superhero.
Then the goddess brought the rainy clouds and put out the flames. Afterwards, she returned the two girls to their bed. While she was saying her farewells to the girls, she received a call from someone from Spain. A big problem had appeared. They needed her help.